Namaste. I am Dr. Robert Henry Schwenk, aka Dr. Bob for You, coming to you from Studio for You in Norwalk, Ohio. Remember that comments are always welcome. All contact info that you might like to have can be found at the end of this video. Today's idea is comparing yourself to others and the meaning of life, which is to be happy. Many people try to give their lives meaning by comparing themselves to others. If they find someone who appears to be in a worse off situation than they are, these folks have a tendency to feel good about themselves. They tend to see others' misfortunes as a way to look at their lives and gloat that they are better. Or if they find someone who is better off than they are, these folks have a tendency to find reasons to believe their own situation is justifiable. They think something like this: if I had their money, I would be that way too. She is so good looking, but I bet she is a mess on the inside. It is like a set of children's building blocks. I have a picture of those building blocks. This is the first picture, and they're set up in two columns, as you can see. When someone we feel is less than we are, one block gets knocked off the second column. Just a moment. Here is illustration number 2, so to speak. When we see someone we feel is less than we are, one block gets knocked off the second column. The first column remains the original height. It looks to be taller than it is, as if someone who compares himself with others finds someone who is unfortunate. They claim they are better than the other who has lost some height via their misfortune. But really, the original column is just as high as it always was. They make themselves believe they are better off. Similarly, if someone finds another block and stacks it on top of the two original columns, adding to the second column's height, the folks in column 1 are going to say that column 2 folks are better off than they. But something, they say, must be wrong in column 2. They must pay for their higher status in some nasty way. There is one simple way of getting out of a situation like that. Simply do not compare yourself to others. You cannot make yourself happier by comparing yourself to others. You can make yourself feel more miserable by comparing yourself to others. Your own happiness, and therefore the meaning of your life, does not depend on how others appear to you. You can always find someone who is better than you. You can always find someone who is worse off than you. There will always be those who have greater misfortune than you. There will always be those who have greater fortune than you do. Instead of comparing yourself to others, build your own standard. Start with your interior life. Why start inside? Because that is where all else begins. For example, how close do you want to be to whatever you regard as the higher power? By your own standard, have you done something recently or today that gets you closer to the one? Use your own standard. By your own standard, who are you where you want to be physically? Have you done something today or recently that gets you closer to your criterion? By your own standard, which you create as you examine your life, are you where you want to be academically? What have you done today to bring yourself closer to your standard? Do you know everything you want to know? How do you measure that excellence? I'm sure you get the point by now. Create a standard in your own mind of who and what you want to be and do. Everyone is connected to everyone else, but we are each unique individuals. Therefore, you have every right and duty to develop the criterion that suits who you are. In other words, you define the meaning of your life by expressing who you are or want to be. Guess what? I can guarantee that you'll be much happier overall when you compare yourself only to yourself. This has been Dr. Bob for you. Comments are always welcome. Talk with you soon. Namaste. Now may you and all sentient beings know happiness and the root of happiness.